the drugs that we technically call food. This is not food that we eating that we get from McDonald's. This is not food that we eating that we get from fast food restaurants. This is not food that we getting from these grocery stores, the things that you getting out of the freezer. If you're not getting it from a garden, and if you're not plucking it from a tree, or you're not pulling it from its roots from the ground, then you are eating a drug. And it's sad to say that even if you plucking it from the tree and you pulling it from a root in the ground, if they have herbicides, insecticides, and pesticides sprayed on it, then you are eating a drug. And the question that I actually introduced my IG Instagram followers to yesterday, if you are a living being, you know, and you're made of melanin, and you're made of prokaryotic cells, some eukaryotic cells, which you have evolved into, but you're essentially a prokaryotic cell. You are a single living organism, and everything about you is lively and got life in it. You know, you're about breathing in the oxygen, the cosmic energy to bring in iron, phosphate, and all these different things into your bloodstream to feed every cell of the body to keep your cellular structure moving by way of electricity. And we're talking about gender bender chemicals. Chemicals that will change your gender. Chemicals that will change the way that you look at sexes. Chemicals that can make you homosexual. Chemicals that will grow grown men boobs. Chemicals that will shrink your penis. Chemicals that will elongate your clitoris and change your testosterone levels and make you grow hair on your... Women are growing beards. Women voices are becoming deeper. Women are building up so much testosterone. Then you look at a preservative and it says, if you look it up, just y'all can look this stuff up. It tells you a behavior modifier. So now you're eating a preservative and they say that it's supposed to actually preserve the food. But when you look at the properties in it, it actually changes your behavior. And they're keeping data on this stuff. And it's like we are lab rats and they're feeding you these things. And then they're spraying the chemtrails in the sky. And then they're sitting back and exurban you from each and different, neighborhoods because the food is different by zip code. Same way that they redline you for loans and for credit cards. They do the same redlining when it comes to food. When you go to certain foods in the suburban neighborhoods versus poverty-stricken neighborhoods, notice that the food is different. The prices is different. The colors inside the store is different. The way they promote to you is different. You don't walk in suburbs and they automatically got sugar cane and offering you all these different sweets and snacks at the front, but go to a hood store, go to a poverty-stricken store and notice how they're getting us. The way to get to a people is to the food, and the food is killing us worse than the damn medicine because the food is the medicine. And that's what we have failed to realize. The food is now the medicine. The food is now the pharmaceutical chemistry. The food is now giving us side effects and killing us quicker than what the damn Merck company's been doing, because the Merck companies and the pharmaceutical companies own the food industry. That's why all your diseases is either stress-related disease or consumption-related disease. Notice that. We finna collectively come together as a unit and we finna take back our freedom. So I ain't finna sit up here and cry wolf or nothing like that. Then you got a few genetic diseases that pass down, but notice what the genetic diseases is. You're passing down weakened, obstructed DNA and genes and genomes, all because of they were eating the same foods. So even the genetic diseases that the ancestors have passed down to us came from them eating these same messed up foods. Y'all see that? So only thing we need to be talking about is unifying, coming together, building our own institutes, building our own schools, agriculture, building our own farming, growing our own foods, housing, building our own housing, bringing in disciplineships, creating our own curriculum, our own courses for each other, where we can tap back into our ancient customs and culture, where we can unify our people and we can start protecting one another. Because right now, it seems like that everybody is fending for themselves and we don't know what the hell to do. We don't know what the hell to do. But the food, we can start with the food, y'all. We can come together with the food. We come together with the food on holidays. We come together with the food when it comes to these paganistic holidays. Family come together then to eat scavenge food or scavenger food, or what we're going to call soulless food, because it takes your soul. It's everything that's left over. Notice that. The hog maw, the pig feet, The intestines, or you call the chitterlings, all the different scraps that the slave master could not eat because he knew that his body was more delicate to eat some things like that. And then we have the nerve to call these things soul food and brag about how Big Mama turned these things into extra extraordinary things when she's in the kitchen. But all of our Big Mamas is gone and not here no more because the food have been attacking them this whole while, and now these very fools are attacking us. And it's just time to truly change our outlook on how we perceive food, what food is, the information of the food that we bringing in, and come together as a collective consciousness and a collective whole to really say, look, enough is enough. Let's quit depending on the system that is killing us. Let me throw this back up again, y'all. I mean, like, who can make this stuff up? How the food and drug companies ensure that we get sick and they make money. They literally are the same people, y'all. And what's crazy, I used to do this stuff with LLCs because I used to work for the banks. You know, I work for the banks. So what we used to do is when we work for the banks, we'd go into a property, and the property that we would go scan and look at, you know, we'd do the bids and stuff on it that we scanned and look at, and we'll be the ones that get the job, you know, for that property. But what they didn't know is I already owned the other LLC, and what I used to do is I used to purposely high bid. I own like 3 LLCs. I used to purposely high bid my jobs just for my other company can do a very low bid if I can guarantee myself a job. That's the same thing that they doing to us inside of the black community in the black neighborhoods. What they're doing is they're giving us food, and then they're making us sick through the food so we can run back to the same companies with a different LLC and a different name on it and get the medicines from the food making us sick. And then the medicine that they give us, it make us more sick, and they keep giving us more medicine, and then eventually we die from that, and then they make money backed off your insurance claim that you've been paying the hospital for killing you in the first place. We are literally being deceived and being seduced into our own destruction. And then they like I was saying yesterday, they want to put, you know, Bug Bunny on it. They want to put tricks for kids on it. They want to make your death look so pretty to you. They want to wrap your death up in with colors and red to activate your root and your sacral chakra. They want to put yellow on it for it can strike your intellect. They want to put blue on it for it can calm down your nervous system. And then you're eating these things because it look good and you've been attracted to it and don't know that it's killing you and that it's making you sick. It is making you very, very sick. And that's the reason why you think the way you think. That's the reason why you're not getting ahead in life. That's the reason why it seems like that you don't have no type of break in life, because your mind is scrambled, because your DNA, your deoxyribonucleic acid is scrambled because it's full of acids, additive, preservatives, insecticides, pesticides, and all types of other chemicals that we can't even name. Then you start looking up the chemicals be named this long.
Crystalline queen on the scene with my copper and my jewels. Gold water for the fuel, loving every molecule. Aquamarine shining, the ocean in me thriving. Take a sip, take a dip, 92